NBC National Marketing Agency Works Integrator, Central Processing Procedures. You may be asking yourself why we are doing yet another Agency Works training session. I know everybody has their own way of entering their business into Agency Works, and it seems to be working for everybody in their own individual way. We're aware that each office has their own process that works for them, but because we are working from a platform of standard communication, we all need to be on the same page. There's some major benefits for your office by submitting the applications the NBCNM way. The first one is that you can run daily, weekly, annual, or even year-to-date reports. These reports can tell you anything from commissions earned and paid, production with each individual carrier, paid ratios, and the list goes on and on. It also ensures timely commission payments from NBCNM. If everything was completed correctly in Agency Works, there would be less need to track down missing information. As it is now, most of our time trying to pay out commissions is tracking down missing information such as premium amounts, upline information, agent information, and lots of other things. The last one is Peloton reporting. Peloton requires NBCNM to submit quarterly production reports, and these reports in turn determine our bonus amounts. Right now, our production reports from Agency Works are extremely inaccurate because the information is consistently missing from cases in Agency Works. So we're going to start off with the application entry process. The entry process is you just click Applications, Actions, then New Application. And we need to be sure that all information you have on the client and application is entered into Agency Works. If being submitted through central processing and information is missing that is required, the application will not be submitted to the carrier for processing. The Base Policy tab consists of basic information to initiate the application in Agency Works. Make sure that all information is added correctly. Date of birth is required, but the Social Security number is not required. Even though it's not required, it is extremely useful for carrier status feeds and vendor orders. The Agents tab is where the agent's information is added. If more than one agent on the case, you will need to add both agents and adjust the commission split percentage box. The Product-Specific Information tab, product-specific information needs to be added to this tab like the face amount. Face amount is the only required field when submitting a life application. The face amount is needed to generate the age and amount for underwriting requirements. When submitting an annuity, annuity type is required during application entry. The Premium Details tab is one of the most important tabs. You need to be sure to enter the modal premium, annual premium, and cash received with the application. These are really important amounts that need to be in there so we can have accurate reporting. It's also a good idea to add the amount, quotes, and rate class quoted, and the notes section for future references. The Additional Details tab is where you'll enter in the beneficiary and replacement information. Check the box on the left for which requirements you have received with the application that may be missing or needed. And please be sure you always have a check status requirement. This is very important so the case continues to show up in your queue until the case is placed in force. Click Finish when you are done with the requirements. Once you select Finish, the application entry will be completed, your application will be saved, and you will be taken to the application detail screen. This is the application detail screen or the viewable application. All information needs to be entered on the screen, including the Case Manager section. The Case Manager needs to be set to Carol McMurtry at Portamedic when submitting an application through central processing. Even though you are not set up as the Case Manager, the case will continue to show up in your queue. But in order for it to show up in Portamedic's queue, it needs to have Carol as the Case Manager. Once the application is entered into Agency Works, please be sure that all of the client's information is added in the application information area, such as the client's address, phone number, driver's license, and all necessary information needed. This information will transfer over to the order form on the Portamedic website, and it provides them with all the necessary contact information to schedule the exam with the client. It is your office's responsibility to order the exam through Portamedic and attach the application to the exam. They do not automatically order the exams when they receive a new application. And also, please try to order all of your exams through Portamedic if you can help it. And the steps to ordering the exam are you go to the Requirements tab, click Place Order next to the Requirement Pyramid exam, choose Portamedic as the vendor, and this will automatically open you to a new window and bring you to their website where you can complete the ordering process. You can see here that this is where you'll enter in the carrier code and your specific agency code for Portamedic. Once you complete all the necessary information on the exam order form, you will attach the application to the exam order. Once attached, you can hit the Submit Order button, then copy and paste the order number in the Pyramid Notes requirement field and in the exam status comment section. This is good for future references and lets everyone know that the exam has been ordered and the application was submitted with the exam. Submitting an application where the exam has already been completed, you can email to the MBC&M Portamedic email address. The application must still be entered into AgencyWorks in good order, and make sure that you note that the exam has been attached with the application and the application just needs to be submitted to the carrier. It's a good idea to follow up with Portamedic to make sure the submission was successful. That concludes our AgencyWorks Integrator Central Processing Procedures. If you have any questions, comments, suggestions, you can email Ashley at mbcnm.com.